The Copilot and PowerPoint experience has completely changed in the last year alone. New features have been introduced and have reshaped the way that we create, modify, and understand the data that exists inside of our presentations. So, in today's video, let's look at the current state of Copilot in PowerPoint and all of these new capabilities available to you. Hey everyone, my name is Nick Harris, and I am a senior Copilot Cloud Solution Architect with Microsoft. Welcome to the Microsoft 365 Copilot Connection, where we provide you the latest updates, use cases, tips, and tricks in relation to Microsoft 365 Copilot. So, starting off with creating our presentations. Today, there are three ways that you can create your PowerPoints directly via the PowerPoint agent, the Create module, or inside of your PowerPoint experience. Let's go ahead and start with the PowerPoint agent. So we've accessed the PowerPoint agent via the left side rail. Let's go ahead and prompt. Search my enterprise data for documents relating to Marcus Webb and generate a QBR style presentation covering our wins this quarter, open risks, and recommended next steps. Keep it to 15 slides and ground every stat in the referenced files. In this agent creation experience, the PowerPoint agent then asks us a series of contextually aligned questions. It's up to us how we want to directly answer these. I'll select executive leadership. Let's use an optimistic and forward looking tone. I did indicate the amount of slides that I wanted. In this case, we'll just select in depth 10 plus. Balanced text with visuals. And then for the themes, let's select the Ember theme. Let's go. And we have our presentation. And man, do these presentations look amazing. As you validate the presentation material, it's important that you review the data sources. In my case, since I told it to pull from my enterprise data, I wanted to ensure that all of the data sources that it navigated through are accurate and relevant to the presentation that I'm creating. All of them are found here in the sources area. Also, if you scroll to the very bottom of the presentation, this PowerPoint agent normally cites all of those sources as well for easy access. So just looking through, we have this nice Ember design template, some key numbers in our portfolio. I do see the direct citations listed on the slide content as well for ease of use and review. We have some charts and some graphs, some AI imagery, lots of rich data and materials aligned to the work scenarios that we're actively working through. But in this case, what about application of organizational templates? One of the main customer asks is, how do I apply my brand template when I create my presentations? Let's hop on into PowerPoint. So navigating directly into the PowerPoint experience, you'll notice that some of the on-slide canvas options that we used to have are no longer here. And as we've continued to innovate and update these particular experiences, we've moved a lot of those options over directly into the right side chat. So if I open up Copilot here in my ribbon bar, in the top right hand corner, we now have two modes built into PowerPoint. Just like in Word and Excel, we have the ability to chat with Copilot about data that exists in the presentation, within my enterprise, or on the public facing web, but now also the ability to edit and modify. And when I click on this allow editing option, I can also create full presentations. So let's take that same prompt that we just leveraged in our previous example and apply that in this example. Hey, while we give this a second to load, hit that thumbs up button, support the channel, it's appreciated. And now this new allow editing mode is pretty conversational. It does ask a series of questions so that way it can pull as much context from you as possible and align better to your expectations. So I'm going to answer these particular questions and then we should hopefully get the pop up for applying our brand. It is important as this works through. PowerPoint creation today does take a decent amount of time. It's already been about 3 to 4 minutes at this point as it reasons through all of the information and data that I have access to. So while this presentation creates, go and do other things. Go answer some email, send some chat messages, maybe go and get some coffee or something, but do something productive so that way you can directly multitask while you're doing other forms of work in the background. And finally, now, as this allow editing mode has navigated through my enterprise, it shows me the sources that it found that it believes is relevant to my initial prompt. So it's up to me what particular source information I want to use. I'm going to select only a few of these sources and then we'll move ahead. And now, after a few more moments, we're provided the options to visualize our presentation. So, what this allow editing mode will do is give me some initial creative options or allow me to directly describe the type of visual graphics and styling and color palettes that I might require. But I also have a configuration in place. I have what's called an organization assets library. And this is set up so that Copilot has direct access to those rich enterprise templates. I will put a link in the description below of this video to show all of you how an organizational assets library can be set up. This is an administrative task, so your admins have to perform these actions to make these templates available to you. And you'll notice I have this Your Organization option. I can then select that particular option and I can see the particular brand templates that are available to me. I have my Microsoft brand template with its slide layouts, logos, and color schemes. So I'll select this particular template and let's go ahead and apply. All right, so we have our presentation. I have not reviewed the entire presentation. So we're going to review this together and we're going to see if this new allow editing mode has made any general mistakes. Also, general note, after it's finished reasoning, you should read through the information that it provides in the output in the right hand side chat. Notice a few things that it could possibly do from here, such as adding speaker notes to each slide or swapping in different section divider styles for visual consistency or expanding on any information, and of course, validating the citations that we had selected. So let's just click through the slides. Here's our agenda. We have an initial title slide to indicate what our wins are, anything on the deal that we've referenced. Oh, and here is an issue. So, the deal terms at a glance slide, it appears allow editing has overflowed the table information outside the boundaries of the slide content. So, we'll probably come back to this and we'll try to fix this. Let's review a little bit more. Looks like this docu-series slide has done the same thing. Negotiation positions looks good. Open risks, breakdown, any assessment information. All of this looks really good. It's aligned to our brand, some interactive elements, but just appears that we need to fix a little bit of the text. So let's prompt and let's see if Copilot can update some of these overflow issues. So in this case, I'm very naturally going to indicate that I notice a few slides have text overflowed. Update those slides to ensure the text is on the slide canvas, and if needed, reduce the sizing of the text or the table spacing to ensure a proper fit. Let's submit this off. And general note for everyone, I'm being very ambiguous here. Normally, I would indicate the actual slide numbers to ensure that it understands which particular slides I'm focused on. However, I just want to test and experiment a little bit. Let's just see if it understands and gets it. All right, so after about 5-ish more minutes, it's finished. Let's see what it's done if we review the output on the right. Looks like it tightened table margins and row heights on slide 5 and 10. Applied auto shrink text fitting on 6, 7, and 14. So all content should fit appropriately. We can see that the table has definitely been reformatted on the current slide that we're on. Let's take a look at slide 10 as well. Looks a little bit better. I think maybe we could try to do some branding and such on this too to make it look a little bit cleaner, more organized. 6, 7, and 14. All of the text is now in line. Fantastic. Let's check out 14 really quick. Done. Look at that. That's great. So now we have all of these particular layout designs from our brand template directly applied to the slide deck. And I just noticed it did adhere to the 15 slide maximum that we wanted. Fantastic. So let's review some additional options available to you built into the PowerPoint experience. They are a bit hidden, so let's take a look at the ribbon bar. Up at the very top in the ribbon bar, you will also notice there are some options for new slide with Copilot. What this used to do is it used to directly open up a dialog window. You would insert your prompt, reference your files, generate a new slide. This is now modified. It opens up the right hand side chat. This is now where we create all of our content. Also, under the Insert tab, you do have the ability to navigate under Pictures. And under Pictures, you have this option for Generate an Image. Moving on to the Design tab, we also have Design Suggestions. These are AI recommended suggestions to lay out our slides in different forms, either aligned to our brand layout or including interactive elements, such as you see here, interactive imagery, providing us the ability to very quickly and easily lay out our slides in different ways. Let's go ahead and select this particular layout here. I like that one. Moving on, then, under the View tab, you also have the ability to select notes and add speaker notes directly on your slides. So if I select the drop down here, I can add a speaker note for the current slide or speaker notes for all slides. Let's go ahead and generate speaker notes for all slides. And there we go. We have some directly aligned speaker notes that we can either verbatim read or take a copy of that information and modify in the way that we require. Also, remember the way that these functionalities are moving. You can now use that allow editing mode in the right hand side chat to also insert these direct speaker notes, all aligned to enterprise data in the formats you need and aligned to your direct expectations. Another example of functionality as well within the allow editing mode is the ability to modify your slides. Now, on a variety of occasions, I do see that I'm just not sure how I want to lay my slide out or particular updates that I want to make, especially if I don't work in PowerPoint very often. So I will ideate with Copilot first. In this case, I've already ran a prompt. Review the agenda slide. It's pretty basic. I want to spice it up. Plan out how to make this slide more interactive, align to the look and feel of my brand, and engage my audience. And Copilot has provided me an initial plan of material that it can navigate through so it could actually modify the overall agenda slide itself. Let's go ahead and run this and see what it looks like after it makes its updates. And there we go, look at that. We have these initial interactive elements, a little bit of color coding and such as well, still aligned to the Microsoft branding, which is really nice. We still have the same slide layouts directly applied. I might be able to go into the design suggestions to modify this further, but continue to chat with that allow editing capability to modify your on slide canvas materials. Especially helpful to create those interactive elements. Now, what about AI imagery that we can brand our presentation with? For some time, we've had Copilot chat and the ability to generate imagery that we can inject within our slides. Now, within this allow editing experience, we have the ability to select the direct image model that we would require. So I can navigate down into image model, and I have all the variety of models at my disposal that I can use. Now, the newest model from OpenAI, Image 2, is currently available for everyone. Let's select this model and let's create an image that we can brand this slide with. So let's prompt create a documentary style image emphasizing vulnerability and creative process. Artist seated alone in a recording studio late at night, studio lights dim, headphones resting nearby, handwritten lyrics visible but not readable, cinematic lighting, authentic, and a personal mood. I then receive some questions that I can directly answer in terms of how do I want the image to be laid out on the slide. In this case, let's do like a full slide background. Let's just see what happens. And yes, let's keep all the text in overlay or arrange text alongside the image. Let's confirm this. And there we go. We have the image applied on the background. Now, maybe not exactly what I would require. Maybe next time I'll have the image overlaid on the left or the right side. I could continue to prompt in that chat experience to modify the slide content and lay it out in any way I really need. What's also really cool for imagery is you might have images that you've generated with Copilot and you can't really get that transparent background. Use PowerPoint and the ability to remove the background, which is now AI enhanced. So if you select your image and navigate to the picture tab here at the very top, you have remove background. It used to be that you would have to select the background areas to remove. Now it just automatically does it for you with these new designer capabilities and AI enhanced image options. And there we go. It's created a transparent background and we can directly add it onto our slide content. Now we still have options to modify text that exists on the slide canvas. We can either leverage the built-in options directly here. If I select text, I can click on the rewrite symbol and I can leverage the built-in options or prompt to modify the text. But I can also now use the allow editing option. So let's open up that allow editing option again and let's prompt. So in this case, I will just indicate to rewrite the deal objectives in stronger, negotiable position language. General note as a small live lessons learned. I would recommend making a particular update to your prompt indicating the slide number that you want to make those textual updates on. As general note for this one, it actually made the updates on slide 6, not slide 4 that I'm sharing here actively on the screen. So next time that I do this style of prompting in order to rewrite text, indicate the slide number so you can ensure that it's rewriting the specific text on the slide that you require. There we go, it's finished. It looks like it's only rewritten the deal objectives section, these 3 lines right here. Some slightly different language and such, but again, if I have larger paragraph style text experiences that I need to make modifications on, this could be pretty useful in my experience. Let's go ahead and try out the option for organize the slide deck. My intention here is to see if it will add section headers. Let's see what it does. Now, in this type of ambiguous scenario, it appears that it's asking me if I want to either reorder the slides or add actual section divider slides, not like the section headers, or possibly remove slides that may cause some redundancy. I'm going to try to enter my own option. Let's try this. So I've indicated add section headers and group slides together into specific sections, reorder the slides to match the agenda as well. So it doesn't appear that it added section headers, but it did add these section specific slides in different locations to better align with the agenda. It also moved some slides around as well, so the deck can flow more cleanly as it indicates. I'm sure there's some additional things that I could do with this, but that didn't quite work. That's okay. That's why we try new things. Now, of course, anytime you're wanting to understand information inside of your presentation, instead of leveraging the allow editing mode, you would need to leverage the chat only mode. This allows you to access all of the rich knowledge that exists inside of the presentation, along with all of that rich knowledge that exists inside of your enterprise or on the public facing web. Ask those questions, get that insight, pull all of that into the chat. Some final options as well. If you want to translate the presentation, that is still available. With allow editing, indicate translate this presentation and enter your language of choice. And there we go. Now we see the slides are directly translated into Spanish in this case. I would indicate, of course, you might have to update some of the formats and such, but that's why allow editing mode is there. So the new allow editing mode is very powerful and now centralizes the way that you will do a wide variety of tasks when it comes to working with your PowerPoint presentations. Some options are still hidden away, but many are now a part of that specific mode, with also the ability to directly chat with Copilot about all of that rich data around you and within your presentations. So that's it for me for today, everyone. Thank you all so much for your support as always. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section below. If you're not subscribed, join the community so you can stay updated, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, everyone.